Yeah, let's just go.
What's up? My name is Michael Ortiz Jr. I'm the owner of Massage Customs and Flawless Silhouettes Wellness Spa. This is Ashley B. Ashley,
Butler.
you want to go by your last name?
Yeah, or it doesn't matter. But I do go. My last name is Ashley. Well, my name is Ashley Butler. But
I'm not editing that out.
That's fine.
This
that's
is
fine.
not edited. I'm not doing any
That's
editing.
perfect because it
All
needs to be raw like that.
Good.
But my name is Ashley Butler, but I do go by Ashley B because I just to play off my business name, which is B in Larim Aesthetics. I'm really passionate about bees and how vital they are to our environment. And I feel like, in a sense, everybody is like a bee. We work so hard and we're always trying to give to those around us, but we don't take that time to give it back to ourselves. And Larim is Latin for therapy, so make sure you're taking care of yourself. Self-care is therapy. Yeah.
That's awesome. So, look, the whole reason I wanted to do this talk anyways, as I just told you, is because you started renting from me.
Yeah.
And when you came here, I think you took a pretty big risk. And it popped into my head. I'm like, dude, she's actually crushing it right now. And it's not often that I see somebody starting from nothing and actually building a clientele and continuing to grow. A lot of times, people will rent here, they start from nothing, and they end up leaving in 6 months.
Oh, wow.
So you popped into my head because I'm like, what is the difference between her and the people who are not being successful? Maybe we can help some people.
Yeah.
You know, and so I just want to have a conversation with you about how it's going. So you started what, in October?
We started in October, from nothing, no clientele.
You moved here from
Ohio.
And you just moved here before
No,
that?
so I've been here since 2016, and then I was doing all these jobs, and I was working at the Hoover Dam for a while, which that put me in a management position, so I got a new perspective on how to run a business. And then I was like, okay, I'm ready to go to school. Like, I'm passionate about skincare. I'm passionate about helping people with their skin. So let me see if I can do it. And then school, I graduated in January of 2020. I'm like, all right, I'm going to go apply for jobs.
So you just graduated last year. Right before the pandemic.
Literally right before the pandemic. I didn't have to do no virtual school or anything.
I didn't know that, dude. I thought you've been an esthetician for like 10 years.
No.
The way you talk about it, like you're super educated. So go on.
Yeah, so I was like, I'm super passionate about it, and I really want people to be confident in their own skin. Right. I don't like how society's idea of beauty, that standard doesn't sit well with me, and I feel like it makes people want to change themselves so much, especially what they see on social media.
Right.
So if I can help people be more confident in themselves, take better care of themselves, then that's my goal. Like, I just want people to feel good.
So you started here in October, only less than 10 months after you graduated.
Yeah.
You had any clientele when you started?
No, the only clientele I had at the time was my partner and my dad. Those were the two people I practiced the most on. And I would have other people that would say, yeah, I'll come to you to get facials. And they have while I was in school. Mm-hmm. But I had no clientele, zero clientele when I started. And I was going to start from home. And something just told me that wasn't a right place to start from. Mm-hmm. And my dad gave me the opportunity to move back in with him, not pay any rent, thank goodness. And as soon as I saw this place was available for rent, like, boom, like that.
So you think family support towards success is a huge win? It's like a huge, it's super important.
It's definitely important. I wouldn't say it's the end all be all, but when you have that support system that is going to motivate you to keep going, you don't doubt yourself as much. You're like, all right, like if my family believes in me, then I can believe in myself a little harder than what I'm doing now.
All it takes is a little bit of doubt to creep in there.
Oh, man.
And crush your dreams.
Crush everything. Yeah. And that's where it took me so long, because I was going to start at home, because I was doubting myself. I'm like, I have no clientele. I know no one out here for real. Like, I'm not a local. So how am I going to build clientele?
I remember one of the things you said when you first started here. And what you were doing. Do you remember what that was?
No.
You told me you were like, I was going door to door, like dropping off cards.
Yeah.
Tell me about that.
So, okay. So, when I got here and got
This is like the first week,
This
right?
was the first week. The first week I got in, literally that day you told me I could sign my lease, I was like, can I come in and paint? Because I know I'm going to be here. Like, so.
You're committed.
I was committed. Absolutely.
What would happen if you didn't have any clientele?
If I didn't have any clientele? Like now?
No, I mean like when you started.
If I did have clientele?
You didn't have a choice, right?
Yeah, I didn't have a choice. I didn't have a choice at all. I had to hustle. I had to grind. So if I went to a grocery store and I saw someone in the beauty aisle, I'm going to hand out my cards.
You were handing out cards in the beauty aisle.
Yeah, like I was a door-to-door salesperson.
You're beautiful, but I can make you look better.
Yeah. You know? My dad took me to like a nightclub, not like a nightclub, but a bar setting before like COVID got really bad. And he was like, go ahead, go hand out your cards. He was like, and then he was like coaching me through scripts so I could talk to people. And I was super nervous. Like, I don't like going up. Well, at the time, I didn't like going up to people just to talk to them. But as soon as I started handing those cards out, the first couple of times it was hard. And then after a while, I was like, oh, this is easy. Like, let me just be myself, hand out my cards. When I went to go register to vote or to go vote, I saw that long line. I took that opportunity. Hey, here's my cards. I know we're waiting. Like, I'm keeping my distance, but here's my card. If you're looking for an esthetician, I do have a location about 10 minutes from here. And I would just, wherever I go, talk about my business because I'm passionate about it. I don't care how many people I annoy, you're going to hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you.
That's hustle right there.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people are not willing to do that type of stuff.
And I get it. And I think a lot of people are in their heads. That's why they're not willing to do it.
So how are you not in your head?
I am. And that's the crazy thing is I'm in my head a lot. And I have to, that little voice that we get, I have to battle that voice and tell myself that no, I can do it and I am capable. Because if I really want it, I have to work hard for it. Yeah. And it's not going to be easy. It's true.
Where did you get this mindset from? Because in my opinion, you know, I study success a lot. I read a lot of business books.
Yeah.
The biggest indicator whether somebody is going to be successful or not, to me, is their mindset.
Yeah.
For me, it doesn't really matter where you grew up, what your family is like. If you can change your mindset, I think you can change your life. So where did you get that mindset from to be able to do this?
I feel like I got it from my mom, just because watching her raise 2 kids, go to work full-time, and go to nursing school full-time. And at any point in time, she could have just gave up and be like, I can't do this. This is too much. But she really challenged her mindset and be like, I have to do this because I want better for my future. I want better for my kids. And if I can have a great role model like that, and I don't have any kids, there's no excuses for me. That's where I look at it. And my parents, even since like the 3rd grade, they would like, my stepdad would be like, hey, go sell candy to the kids in school. And
he would push you to do that.
Push me to do that. Or like I was really into thrifting and I'll make shorts for the girls back home. He was like, start selling those shorts. And my biological dad that lives here, he's like, yeah, like he would teach me how to talk to people and how to market them and just how to read people's body language. And I'm just like, I have all these great mentors around.
Yeah.
So
super important.
Yeah. Super important
because they're a lot of the reason I think the information that we get comes from the people that are closest to us, like
Absolutely.
our family. There for me there was a switch with my grandmother, my stepdad's mom, and I remember I was gonna go look for a job.
Yeah.
And she's the first person that was like, "You're gonna go dressed like that?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, you can't go like that.
Yeah.
Like, you're not going to get the job. You need to go. And she's like, you need to look at what they're wearing and, like, mimic at least that or better, you know? Mm-hmm. And I was like, okay. So I did. I changed my clothes, tightened everything up a little bit, and I went and I got the job. And so that was, like, for me, when I look back, one of the switches of the path I was taking to the path that I'm on now. You know, did you have a moment like that?
Yeah. Absolutely, and I think that was before I moved to Vegas. I really was like, I didn't know who I was and what I wanted to do. I was working 2 jobs that I really didn't care for, or like I was going through a depression that I was able to mask really good and nobody would know, but I was going through a lot mentally. Right. And once I moved to Vegas, that was putting myself in isolation away from everyone. That was my switch. Like, okay, if I don't want to live the same life I was back home, then I need to change my mindset. I need to take better care of my health. Mm-hmm. I need to talk better to myself. And positive self-talk is really important because even when you mess up and you start to be hard and negative on yourself, that stuff resonates and it'll stick. So you have to be able to like tell yourself, okay, maybe I didn't do the best. Let me see how I can do better next time. Let me see what I can do different so that I can go further and I'm not so hard on myself next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.